Hai. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ananda Dhykha Putri. My ID number is 24, 10, and 96. I am from Information System Class C. So today, I will explain the material about tenses that was previously explained by my lecturer. First of all, let me explain what tenses are. Tenses are one of the basic grammars in English, and they are often used when we speak, whether directly or indirectly. Tenses represent the chances in verb forms to express an action that is influenced by time. Since tenses involve verb forms, that's why we need to memorize some verbs, whether regular or irregular, with their verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3 forms to make it easier for us to construct sentences in the correct tense. Now, let's move on to the next point. Tenses are actually divided into 16 parts, but generally we usually focus on only 3, the simple tenses, because they are the basics one. Oh, before we move on, I like to explain one thing about active voice and passive voice. Active voice is a sentence where the subject performs the action, while passive voice is when the action is performed on the subject. These voices are often used in tenses. When do we use them? We use active voice when we want to focus on the doer of the action, and we use passive voice when we want to focus on the object or result on the action, not the doer. Don't worry, I'll give example for each tenses later so it's not confusing. So, the first one is simple present tense. Simple present tense is the most commonly used tense in the daily life. It's usually used to state facts, describe events, or habits that happen in the present. To create a tense, we use a formula, and every tense has a different formula. For simple present tense, we use subject plus verb. For example, she writes a letter. In that example, the verb is write. But why does it have s? That's because the subject is a third person, she. So we add s. One more thing, I like to explain about adding s or es to verbs. This only happens in simple present tense and only for third person singular subject, like he, she, or it. If the subject is I, you, they, or we, then you don't add s or es. So how can we choose between using s or es? For es, we use it if the verb ends in s, sh, ch, x, or o. And for s, we use it for all other endings. Okay, let's moving on. Now, let's talk about active and passive voice. Each tense has a different formula for these two. In simple present tense, active voice formula is subject plus verb 1 plus object. For passive voice formula is subject plus to be like am, are, and is plus verb 3 plus by plus object. To be is an auxiliary verb in tenses, and just like everything else, it varies by tense. In simple present, am is used with I, are with you, we, they, and is with he, she, it. Here's an example. She writes a letter. That's an active voice. Why? Because the subject performs the action directly on the object. Another example. A letter is written by her. That's a passive voice. Why? Because the focus is on the object, and it was with to be plus verb 3, and the subject comes after by. Other examples for active voice. The chef cooks the food. They clean the classroom every day. I write a story. Another example from passive voice. The food is cooked by the chef. The classroom is cleaned every day by them. A story is written by me. The second is simple past tense. This tenses is the opposite of the simple present tense. Simple past tense is used to tell stories, habits, state facts, or describe situations that happened in the past. It uses the second form of the verb, like you can call it verb 2. Common time expressions include yesterday, 2 days ago, and many more. The formula is subject plus verb 2, just like what I said. For example, I visited my grandmother last weekend. Here, visit becomes visited because we add ed to regular verbs to make them past tenses, verb 2. For active and passive voice formula in simple past is active voice formula, subject, verb to, and object. For passive voice formula is subject plus to be, was and were, plus verb 3, plus by, plus object. Was is used for I, he, she, and it, while were is used for you, we, they. For example, active voice, he bought a new car, we saw the movie, and the chef cooked the meal. For passive voice, a new car was bought by him, the movie was seen by us, the meal was cooked by the chef. The third or the last one is the simple future tense. That's the last one. This tense is used to describe events that will happen in the future. It can also be used to express spontaneous decisions or predictions related to the future. The formula is subject plus will or be going to plus verb 1. For example, she will come to the cinema tomorrow. For active and passive voice formula in simple future tense is active formula is subject plus will plus verb 1 plus object, and for passive voice, subject plus will be plus verb 3 plus by plus object. For example, active voice is I will finish the homework, he will paint the house, we will clean the room. And for passive voice, the homework will be finished by me, the house will be painted by me, the room will be cleaned by us. Well, that's all that I can explain. If there are any mistake, please forgive me, because I'm not that perfect. Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ananda here. Peace out.